man.
Back in
Hello
this
world.
2-week break.
We back up in that thing. Yep. But no,
well, sort of a break. The first week was not so much a break for me. That was hell. Well, I shouldn't say hell. It just sucked.
Well, elaborate if you feel free, if you want to.
I got the vid.
Okay.
And that really my girl got it. Actually, Alex got it too. She got it, then Alex got it, then I got it because I was here in quarantine with her. And it wasn't like as bad as like the first like waves were or anything like that. I definitely got a milder strain. It was just a really bad head cold for me, but I still can't really smell, so it is what it is. So that was kind of shitty. Just like not being able to breathe. Well, not really that, just like being stuffed up all the time. My ears were popping, but it could have been a lot worse. So I credit like not only the 3 shots, but the fact I've been taking like vitamin C for like religiously for like 3 years since this shit started. So like you gotta have one, you can't have one without the other sort of thing. So I don't know. That's all I have to say. But I kicked out of it just in time to go to Toronto. And then we went, Amber and I went and saw Billy Talent and Rise Against.
Okay, how was that?
That was nuts. The travel getting down there was a bit much just because we didn't have like somebody to drive us there. So we had to like bus it all the way down there. It is what it is. That's a whole topic in and of itself. I could go on about for days, just the transit system in this country. But anyways, we're on the topic of trying to be grateful here. Anyways,
that's what it is, yeah.
It was great. It was honestly great because that was Amber's first ever concert. She'd never been to one before, and Billy Talent's like her favorite band, so it was something that she really wanted to be her first show. So that was great. I like Billy Talent as much as the next person. I know a lot of their songs, but I was there for Rise Against. Man, they like some of their songs basically got me through one of the roughest patches in my life. So like to see them like live playing that, it was just like it's what I can understand people having like religious experiences and stuff like that because I've experienced things like that.
And that's what it is. As I know, as you're having the ones and twos, but no, it's good. It's good
because that and just them playing Sing Life Away too. There's 2 songs specific, that and Re-Education Through Labor. Them playing both those songs was just like, oh, this is like truly like, thank God I'm here right now, or thank whatever I'm here right now for this moment, just to be here in this moment, because it all came full circle at that point for me. So it was great. It's great. And then then this new maniac here, and that's about it. My last couple weeks, anyways, that's just been it. But it's been something.
That's
man.
Cool, man. Got some experience.
I'm just glad I'm healthy, like ish, like other than this, but it's also allergy season too, so it is what it is. But I'm just glad I'm not like in the hospital on a ventilator or have like the long COVID or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I'm just glad that I'm here and still able to keep functioning like I did normally before this.
Oh, that's what it is, man. It's you go through certain experiences, quote unquote, ups and downs, and trying to find a place in the middle, like where you're not stressed, but you're not like over. I don't want to say like over joyful or whatever, as far, because if you are that way, shit, be that way. You know what I mean? Like, but even I was just more or less saying, like, as far as like that perspective level, like if whether it's you feeling humbled or certain experiences cause you to be humbled, like it's good that one's able to recognize those things and appreciate those things while in the moment. Like whether it's at the concert and you're enjoying those times and you have like that like cerebral moment where it almost feels spiritual because you feel like these are some of the moments that, or some of the songs or some of the events that got me through some hard times in my life. That stuff, it's good to be able to recollect and understand that, yo, man, this is all adding to my experience. Everything I do, everything I don't do, the people I uplift, the people who unfortunately I might bring down, all that matters. So it's like trying to find that balance, staying in the middle. It's good. I'm glad that you got to experience that, and like your girl got to experience the concert with you and
first
things
ever
like
show.
No, I feel you. But even with that being said, it's like I'm a different kind of like, I know it's wild, but like, cause love is what it is. But yeah, bro, if somebody's super sick, whether it's my mom, girl, whatever, we got to keep a distance because it doesn't make sense for me and you, mom, to be sick, or me and you, girl, to be sick. Like, just I'm saying in the sense of if I had to.
Hindsight, yeah, I should have, but
Yeah,
really,
it's
this
like it's
I don't have that big of a place. Like it's big enough, but it's not like
no, yeah,
that big
yeah.
enough where you could like. I wouldn't want to just keep her in the bedroom or keep myself in the bedroom. That's just
That's what I was gonna say. Like if you guys are like
so.
choosing to stay together kind of thing versus having like separate like living quarters or
Yeah.
whatever. Like it
I
obviously
basically had resigned myself to the fact that I was going to get it as soon as she got it because I was like, well, I'm in quarantine here and I can't really go anywhere else. So that's the end of it.
no, I feel you, and that's just what it is. Again, it's decisions, right? It's decisions, it's all decisions. But no,
I'm
I just
still
I
here.
say
That's all that matters. I didn't. I
yeah,
did. It wasn't even like anything where I was like, I need to go to the hospital. You know, it wasn't anything like that. I was
yeah.
fine. It was just a really, really bad head cold for me. I got lucky. Story
No,
of my life. I got lucky. Fuck.
I know, right? The point being, right? My point being that like it's just it's a different perspective. I realized that like, cause for example, like I traveled, like I went and saw family and things like that, bro. Nobody was wearing a mask at the resort I was at. Nobody was wearing a mask. Nobody was coughing. Nobody was getting sick. None of that shit. And I was laughing and saying to myself, it's funny because we're so, everybody get this, everybody get that, jab yourself, jab yourself. But the reality is most people, like whether they were actually citizens of that island or people who are coming in, it's as if there wasn't that same concern for it because we weren't just watching the news every day. Oh, cases rising, cases rising. I promise you, that has a large effect on one's mental in like the fear of getting it, almost like that placebo effect where you're thinking, oh shoot, do I got it? Do I got it? Oh shoot, I just had a sniffle. Da, 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 da. And then it's like you almost trick yourself into being sick and then you actually feel the symptoms, which is a real thing and people do not even think about it. It's crazy to think about, but I say all that to say, bro, it was a different approach. Like I went to visit family and then celebrate my birthday and things like that. But
dirty 30s.
Yeah, I know, right? Just I mean, I'm in here, baby. Just got to 30. Extremely
I got a
blessed.
few more months, so I hear you.
I mean, that's the thing. It's because people think about, oh, I don't want to be 30. I don't want. Bro, it's such a privilege, bro. You guys know the people watching this. If you were thinking to yourself like, oh, I'm 23 right now and I'm scared of 30. It's like, you better hope that you get to 30. You better hope that you better hope that you get to 30. You better hope that you get to experience life and continuously live and be healthy and enjoy experience everything that you that comes across your existence, because it's a privilege, man. Like that's I talk to my dad about it damn near every time we talk, where it's like, because he might express like, yo, man, when I was 30 or yo, when I was 25, X, Y, and Z happened, and I'm like, yeah, pops, but fortunately you got to the age of 60 where a lot of my friends didn't. A lot of my friends didn't leave their 20s. And it sucks because I'm saying it's not even about no being sad or nothing, but it's like the things we take for granted and the things that we can choose perspective wise, we can choose to be grateful for, Trent. It's a different approach, man. I was saying to you before we started rolling, like I visited Jamaica to see family and enjoy myself. And man, the people of that island have a certain ingenious quality about them, a certain make do with what you can, being grateful for the fact that one is alive. Like just that simple fact. I woke up, yo, I'm blessed. Let me start the day. Versus I woke up, yo, I don't have this, like thinking of the long list of things that one doesn't have when they wake up versus thinking of everything that one does have. Bro, if you got breath in your body, you are fortunate. You have no, like in the context of life, you are obviously not dead. So with that being said, be grateful for that. But that little simple concept, we run away. It seems some of us in these privileged countries run away from it. Oh, as soon as I wake up, oh man, mom, you didn't make coffee? Oh, mom, you didn't do, and it's just like, it's amazing how, it's amazing how we take like that little span of time between waking up and going to sleep, and we just find all the reasons why we aren't happy, opposed to like, yo, let me think of the reasons why I can be happy. Shit, I got a roof over my head. I'm fortunate. If let's just say I got laid off or I'm not working, if I qualify for the unemployment or whatever, so I'm making a little bit of bread. And some people, they just stay on that type of mentality, and opposed to like, okay, well, shit, now I'm able-bodied, I'm good to go. Let me go get another job, or let me go find something else that I can do and provide for myself and produce for myself. But it's like, we just, bro, it literally blew my mind, the way how my family's living, and how they're making do, and like it's not about like that they don't have enough, because again, they are ingenious in the sense of they're making sure they know how everyone from the little 4-year-olds and 5-year-old kids all the way up to the grown 70-year-old, like my uncles and aunts and stuff. Everybody knows how to farm the land. Everybody knows how to make sure that the soil is right. Everybody knows the difference between certain poisonous like plants and stuff, and then the ones that one can use.
That knowledge is worth more than money right there. Because
bro, that's what I'm trying to express.
Like, how many people like around here, like out of 100, can say they can do that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It was amazing when a little girl, like, there's this stuff called fever grass that basically like they boil, and like it basically helps with fevers more or less, as far as like getting rid of all your symptoms. In a sense, it's kind of like certain like eucalyptus and tea tree and all that stuff. Like there's certain things that like certain people in North America or whatever.
That my nose the whole time I had the vid was eucalyptus.
Well, for example, like but it's amazing to know the actual natural like versions of, not that eucalyptus is natural, but I'm saying like the just straight from the land versions of those types of things. Bro, these people are intelligent. Everybody just, and it's off of circumstance. The fact that they have beautiful weather and things like where they're located assists them, because obviously if there was snow, that would be terrible, but they can afford to like some people are out in the fields all day, bro, just cooking, bro, just sizzling. And but they have to fuck around and make do so that they get their crops and different things like that. Bro, Trent, I'm telling you, it was a certain type of gratefulness and peace of mind that the people had, and it was just a beautiful experience. There wasn't like the same like rat race speed that everybody approaches life with here. Like as soon as you get up, I gotta get to the money, there wasn't that exact, you know what I mean? Because it's like you kind of have to pace yourself, especially in an extremely hot environment. Trent, I'm telling you, bro, it was an eye opener, to say the least. That experience was the most beautiful experience I've had in my 30 years, bro. And it was one of those ones where, similar to how you're saying, like your girl, that was her first concert. That was my first time visiting my home country. And in 30 years of life, my sisters and a few others, like it's me and my two older sisters, that was our first time visiting. The sisters I have that are in the middle, the twins, they got to go a few years ago and visit my aunts and uncles and such. But bro, it was a beautiful experience. And it's like, I recommend anybody to, not even just about going to Jamaica, but just visiting, if you have knowledge of where you're from, different things like that, if you have family there, things of that nature, I implore you to take your time, do your best, discipline yourself, save a little bit of money so that you can go and spend a couple days or a week or whatever, and just bask in the glory of where you came from. Get to know your roots. Bro, like I've learned that certain people out in that environment, Trent, like where my mom's from, like some of her family members, they had like just an imprint on that motherfucker, bro. Just an imprint. Like whether it's art, different art that they put up on the buildings out there, whether it's streets names after them, things like that, bro. It was just, it was a different experience, bro. On my dad's side, like he had some prominent, dominant figures on that island in his family, and I don't know. It was a beautiful experience, man. And I feel like I grew. I feel like immensely I grew, bro. And it's something that I genuinely hope that each of us gets to experience, you know?
Travel definitely will do that for you. Like it's something Mark Twain said. I don't remember the exact quote, but like that's the best way to like destroy ignorance and like prejudice and stuff like that, is to travel and just to go see how other people are living in other places, basically. And just get outside the confines of your hometown, man. Like even like just going to Toronto and back, we both like Amber and I are both on the way back. Like, yeah, we like where we are right now. Like, just is not as chaotic and not as like, you know, stuff everywhere. But at the same time, there's not a lot of things to do. So it cuts both ways. You know what I mean? So you see negatives and positives with this thing, but at the same time, you're like, you know, there's slices of it you like, oh, I wish I could have that here, but you know, with this, you just see things you wish you could have. You know what I mean? Like, if only, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it, like I said, you said traveling is the best. Like, it really is, like going to like anywhere you can find roots, as long as you know, like as long as you have that knowledge to where your roots are, sort of thing. Like, I've got family over in the islands in England and whatnot, but like that's going to be a minute before I get over there. You know what I mean? But like, it's still like, I haven't been over there before. Like, the farthest east I've been is Quebec City. So there you go.
But even with that being said, bro, it's getting, because expressing that you have family over there, it's getting to know them, right? Like, I've known these people.
I know them. I met them before, but it's just like, I haven't been over there before.
We'll keep, all I can say is try to keep those connections and things, man, because obviously the more you know them, the more you're familiar with them, the easier it is to reach that destination, right? Because at that point, it's just a matter of saving a little bit of bread. Even if you got to go alone, if you can't necessarily go with the lady, if your brother might not be able to go with you, but it's just you, but you have that strong connection with them, at least you know when you get there, you're going to be taken care of type thing. It's
just a matter of being able to like have that confidence to travel on your own. And I think it's very daunting, especially even traveling with somebody else is still daunting at times. Like, even like just from here to A to B, it's still like, you don't have, like, if you've given up control of the situation for somebody else to like get you there, it's like, I hope they get me there on time and in one piece, sort of thing, you know. But like, flying is a whole other different ball game. That's just
man. I mean, that's the crazy thing is, from Toronto, was only to get to Jamaica, it was only a 4-hour flight, 3 hours.
Really?
Bro, you would have thought that it was a lot longer, but yeah, man, literally just went straight down over, whether it's just basically, there's no other way to say it other than you're just traveling south. That's crazy it might sound, right? Like if you're leaving from Toronto to go to Jamaica. But it's funny because you're saying to yourself, as I'm looking out the plane window and I'm seeing how we're leaving all types of like tall buildings and things of that nature. And then as soon as you are all over the island, you're just seeing all types of just greenery and forests and palm trees. And I'm just like, yo, this is amazing. But it's crazy to think like, it's just, the air felt cleaner, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it other than like, you felt like you were in the most natural elements possible, which you technically are. Yes, they have buildings and things like that, but a lot of that island is still preserved and not necessarily destroyed, so to speak. So as soon as you touch down and you get off the plane, you take your mask off, it's like you're breathing in some of the freshest oxygen possible, it was just, I don't know, man. It was a different approach. It was just a different approach, man.
It's like, less industrialized like that. So there's not a lot of like, not polluted to fuck, like there's cars everywhere. Well, there's cars driving places, but not like, you know, like,
yeah, man, a lot of people on bikes,
million people in one city driving around with cars everywhere. That definitely helps matters.
Yeah, man. It just, I don't know. I enjoyed the fact that it just kind of reminded me of a simpler time, like a time when I was like a kid, like when love meant love, and when there wasn't all this convoluted stuff mixed in with it. Well, what can they do for me? Oh, what can they do for that? Or do I only need them because they have more money than me? Or no. It's like, it felt like shit was more genuine down there. And like, it's like all those things factor in, right? Like even like the partners we seek to choose in our everyday lives now, it's like, it's different. Like I have to, like, for me personally, when I select my partner, bro, it's like they got to be family oriented. They got to love themselves. It's got to be a situation. And I'm not saying no one's perfect, but I'm saying we can't always be talking about like self-destructive shit. Like, it's got to be a situation where we reach a level where we love ourselves. And I know it sounds cliche, but nah, bro, like, you got to love yourself, bro. Like, it can't be a matter of, oh, well, I'm not good enough. Nah, fuck that. You are good enough. And you have to believe that shit and understand that you are you. No one else is going to be able to change that shit but you. You got to love yourself. And I promise you, it's a different approach because people just, sometimes we feel like we're not good enough based off of the bullshit other people try to bring on us. And it's like, nah, bro, if you have an issue, you got to sort that out. But I know I'm okay. You can't dim your light for anybody else. Oh, he's too much for me. She's too much for me. Because nah, fuck that. If they're too much for you, that means that they have a bright ass light and they believe that that light is never going to die. So that is it. So actually, it's best for you to, if you're saying, oh, he or she's too much for me, it's best for you to remove yourself. Don't try to dim that person's light to make them be on your level. Let them shine. And hopefully you find it within yourself to shine so that you don't ever have to feel like you got to dim someone else's light. Love yourself, bro. Like, this shit is real. People are just, like, I'm telling you, bro, like because when we see like the ideal, like couples, oh, the guy has to be way taller than his girlfriend. And bro, I've seen all different types of relationships. The bigger people with skinnier people, tall people with short. It didn't matter, bro. Like, people were just loving each other and just enjoying each other's company and stuff. And I was just like, yo, if we didn't have this same kind of standard in like the like North America or whatever, where it's like, oh, he has to be looking like a movie star and she has to be looking like a Barbie, and like, if we didn't have that bullshit mentality, bro, like, I'm telling you, people would be out here vibing and just gelling way better with each other. But we have those weird standards on society that cause us like not to love ourselves. I'm too big, I'm too skinny, I'm too this, I'm too that. No one will ever love me. Fuck that, bro. You can't be thinking like that. Love yourself. And I promise you, the right person will find you. Because that shit, once you love yourself, it's almost like you have like a glow around you where people are attracted to that shit, bro. And I don't mean love yourself to people listening. I don't mean love yourself like vanity, like, oh, I'm the hottest person. And I mean, love yourself like.
There's a fine line there.
Yeah, like but no, it's not even a fine line, bro. Trent, you feeling like you're enough to achieve something? Fuck that shit. You should be able to feel that way without somebody saying, oh, why does Trent feel that way? Because Trent feels like he can accomplish it. That's why he feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about vanity. Like, as soon as, because like I basically had my phone shut off for a week and shit, or like 10 days or whatever, however long I was gone. And like, of course I was, if I had Wi-Fi, I can connect with certain people for Wi-Fi. But yeah, bro, it was like one of the most freeing feelings I ever had in my life, bro. Just tapping out of Instagram, tapping out of Facebook, not being on that type of shit and just living. It was one of the most freeing experiences I've ever had. I might genuinely not go back to it. I mean, I know we post our episodes and I might post music and shit, but as far as just posting the post, bro, I'm about to fall back, bro. Like, I know it might sound crazy because you're like, Graham, you make music, you make art, and you do little films, and so you gotta post on, but it's like, I'm gonna just post those things. I'm not here to
I'm in the same boat, man. Like, I post like the odd picture of cool shit I take, but it's all like relative to what I'm doing. Like, it's all relative to this stuff. It's all like, there's no point in just like posting to post at this point. Like, I'm too fucking old for this. Like, that's what Facebook's for. And if you want to do it there, and even then, it's just like, this is not good. Like, there's just a lot of just like weirdness on like social media in general. And frankly, yeah, like you said, removing yourself from it, even for just like a day, a few hours, even just like a little steps at a time. But like, if you want to like go full out, yeah, like you'll see the change. It's crazy. Like, when I go out into the woods and the hiking, the phone's in my pocket, and that's just like, make sure like, hey, here I am, sort of thing. You know, I'm not dead in the fucking forest or anything, but that's it. Like, I'm out there just like living in like the moment. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not, you know, scrolling through Facebook or looking at what's happening on Instagram or anything like that. No, I'm there. And that's the thing a lot of people don't like. I think that's the main thing with it, is it doesn't put you in a moment. It puts you in like just something else that's not like the reality that you need to be in. Like, a lot of people are saying like, I'm chronically on the internet, so a lot of people say like, touch grass. That's a big thing that's going around the internet. Oh, you got to go out and touch grass, like get real again. But it's an actual thing. Like, people need to actually go out and be disconnected for a bit, like get in touch with what's actually happening out there as opposed to what's just on here and what you see and what you read on here. Because what you see and read on here is one thing, but what you see out there and experience is quite another.
But in context, bro, like even to that point, I genuinely believe that people's family structures would be so much stronger. People's relationships would be so much stronger if they weren't constantly seeking other things. As far as whether you're a man who's married to a woman, but you're constantly on Instagram scrolling and looking at other women in their bathing suits and all that other shit. I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself, but at the same time, it's like, well, why are you with said person if you're not trying to be with said person? It's like we always have this kind of long, for example, like and it's not about women, it's not about men specifically, but I'm saying like, why are people who have a big ass ring on their finger constantly posting pics in a thong or whatever? Or if you're a guy, constantly taking shirtless pictures and stuff like that. Who are you advertising for? And you can say, well, I just feel good, so if I feel good and I look good, I'm gonna post it. Yeah, but in context, you're doing it because if you got 0 likes on that picture, bet money that you'll delete that picture. But it's the whole, oh, he's so hot, da, 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 or she's so hot, da, 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 is what you're going for. That weird infatuation and those weird comments where people are just extremely disrespectful. Even though you're wearing a ring, that doesn't mean shit because you're putting that energy out there that you want that adoration. It makes me smile because I'm saying to myself, like I just mentioned, I felt so free, bro. Because I used to be that dirtbag, not dirtbag, but I used to be that guy posting shirtless pictures and stuff like that. I was single, but still, I used to be that. And it's like, yes, I'm happy that I see my results because I'm going pushing myself in the gym and I'm eating healthy and things like that. So yeah, you want to post that look good, feel good shit. But at the same time, you can just enjoy yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm glad I'm seeing results. Let me get back to the program. Versus, let me post this, even though I know I have someone who loves me dearly, and then get all this fake and instant gratification from people who, if I were to break up with my girlfriend, they're not going to necessarily say, oh, are you okay, blah, blah, blah. No, they're going to just be like, oh, he's single again. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like it's, they don't really care. They don't really care, yeah. What I'm saying.
It's, you know? Like you said, it's fake. It's just clicks on a thing. It's just clicks on a screen. It's nothing. It's just weird. It's just weird that we've associated with how it's become associated with like serotonin boost because like you posted a picture and a lot of people liked it, like, oh, cool, like sort of thing like that. I don't know. It's a weird thing that we're like, a lot of people studied it, but we're still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the fact that we're still trying to figure out our own brains is something else. Like the fact that we're still trying to figure out something we've engineered now that's become like socially engineering towards us is something else entirely.
Yeah, man. I don't know. And again, it's not about judgment to be like, yo, you're wrong, but it's more about saying, that's why I started with the point of, I genuinely think families would be stronger and relationships would be stronger. Because in context, I'm not talking about like, oh, at an older time, like in the 40s or in the 50s or whatever, when of course they didn't have Instagram, but I'm saying
it was always they were trying to like get the next job, or so. Even in the 80s isn't a good thing. Like they're just trying to like get the next promotion. Just like we got to work. The Cats in the Cradle, that song by Harry Chapin. Like he's never has time for his son because he's always trying to be busy. He's always busy. He's trying to get work done. And then when he goes to hang out with his son's just like him. He wants to go get shit done and has to go do things. So it's a tale as old as time. It's like Death of a Salesman, like that old ass play. It's like it's chasing that like unattainable dream. That's instead of being grateful for what you have. It's one thing to chase like a dream. It's one thing to go after like, I want to get this goal, but it's another thing to not like be grateful for what you have while doing that at the same time. If you're just taking what you have here for granted and then still pushing towards this, well, having this here, you're not going to run into anything but trouble. So, and then add social media, add fucking whatever else to that. More trouble.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because don't get me wrong, going out there and providing for your family, like the dad who has to work 2 jobs and doesn't have enough time for his son, unfortunately, is different than the dad who has a job, he's providing for his family, but is also trying to seek something else on social media, as far as whether it's random chicks, whether, like, for example, I made like a mental note, like I'm not liking no pictures of I don't care how close we are as friends, like if you're a woman, as close we are as friends, if you're basically naked, I don't give a shit. You got to be damn near fully clothed. I don't even want to see your stomach area, like how these girls be wearing those little sports bras and their stomach with their little leggings or whatever. I don't like none of them shits, only because it's mentally making me think, oh, I gotta like these pictures. It's like, nah, bro, I'm cool. Because if you don't, obviously everyone else can like the picture, I don't give a shit. But me personally, I'm making a conscious decision. I'm not out here to be like, you're not gonna see my little comments or my little heart eyes or whatever under your pictures, like, because it's like, nah, bro. I get it. Instagram is vanity. That's all it is. I get it. In the context of not talking about the people who are sharing things to help people's mental health and things like that. I'm talking about, and they're looking like back at the camera on some goofy shit. It's like, you're literally just advertising yourself, and that is what it is. But if you think that that's going to bring you something real, especially when they say, like, in their little bio, they have like a little name, a guy's name with a little heart or whatever. It's like, well, listen, I'm just using the name Dale as an example. Well, who the hell is Dale? If you're going to be fucking posting pictures in a thong and shit. Yeah, okay, he's physically with you. Okay, yeah, he's physically the one who might get to sleep with you at night or whatever. But everybody else gets a sample. But everybody else gets a sample. Same with guys. You got a random woman's name. I'm gonna just use Jane. You got Jane in your thing, but you're posting all types of shirtless pictures, and there's random little other women with putting little heart eyes under your pictures and shit like that. It's like, well, what are you doing it for? And it's not about saying, because yeah, people are attractive and people are going to be attracted to you. That's fine. But when you're purposely like naked, it's like, okay, well, who are we doing this for? Because you can't say I felt good in this pair of underwear. It's like,
yeah, let me just post that. I don't understand that mentality either.
It's just strange.
Unless you're trying to like push something else too.
Because Trent,
like your side hustle or whatever.
If you're selling
whatever else like that, but
but even in context, if you're selling bathing suits, hey, I get it. And some of these women, they're selling bathing suits, but they'll have other models or whatever, and whether that model's married or whatever, it is what it is, but it might not exactly be them. And I'm saying to myself, okay, you're hiring models and shit to model your shit, opposed to you exposing yourself. That is showing a different type of mentality where you're saying, I don't have to show, like, it sucks because it's like these celebrities and different things like that who have the a fucking chokehold on social medias and shit. That's who all these little girls are trying to follow. And I say little girls as far as, I don't give a shit if you're 18 up to 35, like of age, like quote unquote of age. You guys are like all the same. And it sucks because it's not even about putting a judgment on all women. I'm saying like you guys are all the same in the sense of the Instagram community. I'm not talking about women who don't post that shit. I'm talking about the ones who do. You are all, like, it's like you're all just looking for that kind of instant gratification. We can say we're not, but I'm just saying it distorts the relationship you're in. It just, if you have a family, if you have a little boy who's your son, sorry, he grows up to age 10 and sees you on internet, all types of thongs and all that shit. That's your own kid seeing you in that attire and seeing your basically revealed body. It's a different approach because you can't just erase the internet. Somebody screenshotted it, somebody, like, that shit's forever. Yeah. So it's unfortunately can distort. I'm just saying it can distort a quote unquote strong family, a quote unquote strong relationship if you let it, right? And that's why I just asked, like, well, what is it for? Because going back to just being on an island, people aren't even focused on that type. I'm not saying people don't have Instagram and shit in Jamaica. So it's different, bro, because it's like we feel like we have to get gratification from everybody but the motherfucker we live with. Like, it's like it seems like we want that attention and that love from everybody but the motherfucker we live. Like, oh, I got him. He already buys me everything I want, and cars and jewelry and bags. And so let me see if I can see somebody else. Let me see if I can find somebody else who's gonna provide me these things. And it's like, what the hell? People can look at this and be like, oh, Graham, I think you're taking it too far. But ask yourself, are you one of these types of people? And if you are, what's your motivation? because it's not me judging you. Ask yourself, what's the motivation? Like, why do I feel I need to post these pictures in these thongs, or these pictures in these, if I'm a guy, these pictures in these underwear showing off my junk and shit? Why do I feel like I have to do it? Because if it's not a matter of, like, because you said like it might be for business, you're trying to sell some underwear, Calvin Klein, whatever. Okay, you're selling that. I get it. I get it's like, and I'm not. It is what it is. I ain't knocking no one's hustle. But if you're doing it and you're not really making money, you're kind of just. It's like there's, again, back to the whole vanity.
What are you doing it for?
Yeah. What's your motivation? I just want people to love themselves. But if it turns into that corrupt, like how you're saying, there's a thin line, and I was saying there's a difference between loving yourself, like and being in love with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be vain and in love with myself. Oh, I'm the prettiest motherfucker alive. I'm Rick James. And just start going off and shit. I'm the, like, you know what I mean? All that type of, like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you're that, then okay, do your thing, Rick. But nah, man, it's different. It's a different type of mentality is what I've seen over there. And it just kind of sparked these things in my brain where I'm just like, yo, why am I even on this app, as far as, like, me double tapping somebody's picture means nothing to me, other than the fact, like, because I can just literally scroll, see the picture, and look at it the same way, and then just keep scrolling, versus trying to show like and then you see my little name under it. It's like, fuck that, bro. Like, I'm cool. You guys do your thing. I'm trying to just like have as less stress as possible, bro. Whether it's with a relationship with my girl, God willing, if I have a family with my children, I don't want them necessarily seeing me naked on the internet. You know what I mean? Because that shit is forever. Like, if you post something on the internet, you could delete it, but somebody probably already screenshotted it, screen recorded it, some type of BS. And yeah, you can technically, if you have the bread, you can technically sue motherfuckers and try to get people to take that down or whatever. But I'm just saying, to not do it in the first place, you're eliminating a whole bunch of bullshit. You focusing on your actual partner and loving the hell out of them, you guys are going to be amazing. But it's when we fucking let all these outside things, like, it's as if people have the need to do that, bro. Like, it's like, no, I have to post today. If I don't post today, the people are gonna miss me. It's like, it's not that deep. I promise you, it's not that deep. If you don't post your picture of you on a phone, I promise you, it's not that deep. Like, people are not gonna be like, oh, where's such and such? How come she didn't post a picture? Or how come he didn't post a picture in his underwear today? I promise you, it's not that deep. Like,
I agree.
Save yourself a little bit of mental anguish, my friends. Save yourself a little bit of mental anguish.
I just, like I said, I look at it as something if I don't have anything to promote, or if I don't have like any like cool picture I took, then I'm there. I'm just scrolling, that's it. Or I'm not scrolling and I'm here. Like, it is what it is, man. It's like, people need to get some fucking hobbies, like, for real. Like, just get outside the internet, get outside of doing all that. Like, do something where you're not making money off of it. Do something where you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like, God, go for a hike, God damn it. Like, honestly, get some fresh air. That's my plan for the day.
We know how to, certain young ladies know how to do all types of makeup and eyeshadow and all that other shit, but nobody knows how to cook a meal. Or certain dudes know how to do all types of flexing and all that in the gym and all that, but don't know how to do shit as far as fixing a car and I get it, we can call professionals and things, but I'm just saying, like, the simple shit, like being able to change the trays underneath your burners, or being able to, like, if your toilet started leaking or something like that, being able to find the leak.
Stuff. Yeah, I get you.
I'm just saying, like, and it's not about quote unquote like, oh, you got to be a man, but it's like certain things that you can learn, opposed to like spending all your time being vain. Bro, I'm telling you, visiting that island, it opened my mind to so much shit. Like, I had these ideas before, but it just clarified them. It crystallized them and made them very poignant to me. I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like, I had to ask, because remember, I'm saying, like, what motivates you to the people with the picture? Saying it to myself, well, what's motivating me to feel like I got to post pictures? Or you might be able to, if anyone wants, you might be able to go on my Instagram now and scroll back. Like, I posted a little onesie picture on my birthday, but my last picture posted was probably like in February. Before that, it was like Christmas time of 2021. Before that was like October of 2020. Like, it's like, I used to post like 3-4 times a day, bro. And now it's like, I don't even care about that shit. And I get it, because it hurts me in the sense of less eyes on my page now, less viewing the analytics of my page and shit. But I don't really care about that shit. Because when I do put out a song or when I do put out a little piece of comedy sketches or whatever, people fuck with it and watch it. So like, that's why it's like the other shit as far as just posting, I'm flexing and shit. All that shit's not really important anymore, man. Like, but again, I smile, Trent, because I'm like, I'm glad that I'm growing and I'm reaching a certain point of clarity and gratefulness that these certain things don't matter. These trivial things, these superficial things don't matter to me, bro. And I don't know. Again, because it's not again, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect. You might fuck around while you're brushing your teeth, be like, oh shit, I got a little pimple. Oh shit, I gotta clean this. I gotta put gotta get a little face washing. But at the same time, that's just you trying to make sure your face is clean versus, oh, I gotta be the most handsomest motherfucker in the world. Bro, I have like my little hair, you can see in the camera, it's not really combed. It is what it is, bro.
I haven't even showered yet.
That's
what I'm saying. My hat on.
Bro, my mom, when she asked me, like, Graham, how come you didn't pick out your hair? I'm like, Mom, I don't got time to be cute. I don't got time to be cute. You know what I mean? That's what it is, bro.
Oh, love it.
Fuck that. It's my natural hair in the context of I don't need to try to straighten my hair and all that other shit to try to appease to somebody else's standard of what's handsome. Okay, might have a little bit of scruffy beard. I don't got to try to, but yes, it's okay to be groomed and all that. But if I'm groomed in the context of being cleansed, like clean, like I showered, brushed my teeth, XYZ, all that other extra shit. Well, how come he doesn't have the perfectly lined up hair and the da-da-da-da-da? And bro, like that's all the aesthetic shit that I don't need anymore. I could care less. Me personally, yeah. I'm not talking about me. That's not saying I'll never be clean cut and all that. I'm just saying that's not the main focus anymore. I want to make sure that mentally I reach a level of mental health as far as being mentally healthy that I'm never going to leave. AKA, I can't let other people disturb my peace. And that's the only reason why, as I speak to people and as we're talking to the listeners, bro, it's like, I just genuinely hope y'all love yourselves and try your best to find the things you enjoy in life versus, oh shit, I'm on the internet and I'm looking at such and such's Instagram and how come I don't have what he has, opposed to understanding the things you do have and being able to be grateful for them. Like, yo, bro, I'm alive. I got a little dog that loves me. I got a mom and a dad that love me. Unfortunately, some people don't have that. XYZ. Count the things you are grateful for and that you are blessed to have.
Amen.
Opposed to just focusing on everything you don't. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Man, it will, in my opinion, it will improve your mental health, my friends. It will improve your mental health.
I couldn't have said it any better. Like, it's really like, you got to, like, the closest to your heart to really get the best of you. So don't make it that. So like, worry about the ones that are close to you. Like, worry about the things that like you have, like you said, like be grateful for what you have. And who knows, maybe someday you'll have something that you're hoping for, but at the same time, just be grateful for what became. Like, be grateful for what the present holds. Like, it could be worse. It always could be worse.
And that's the thing too. It's like we all have our struggles, and everyone has the quote unquote right to feel bad on certain days if you don't have the greatest day. But then I implore you to just remember, when you're going through those bad days, if you're gonna choose to be in that mentality, just remember, before that said bad day, you may have had plenty of good ones. Try to revert your mind back to those moments, and hopefully it can help bring you out of said bad day you're in. Because on that Annie shit, like the sun will come out tomorrow type shit, bro. Like, that shit is real.
For real.
We can be cliche and shit and go, oh, this guy quoting Annie. No, fuck that, because it's real. If you think you're only gonna have a dark day for the rest of your life, you might. But if you genuinely think, nah, bro, I'm gonna come up out of this, and I'll make sure that sun dancing, because fuck, man. Of course, if we have a good support system, that's amazing too. But bro, we got to make sure that we are okay mentally. Like, there's no one else that can do that for us. We have to do the work. We have to.
Exactly.
If it's a quote unquote hell you think you're in, you're the one who's gonna have to, with 2 picks, and get your ass up and climb out your motherfucking hell. Because until you get to the edge of that shit and pull yourself out of it. Because, yo, man, all I'm saying is there are a lot of people out here with less who are grateful as hell and happy as if they had it all. And we have it all quote unquote materialistic wise, and everybody's just depressed. That's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences.
Nope.
That's why I say to myself, like, yo, I'm a minimalist to a degree because I don't need the huge, biggest TV. I don't need to sold my car and everything, bro. I'm like, I'll take public transportation because I don't need to have a nice ass car to get from point A to point B. That was just for aesthetics. That's just because I wanted to be able to pick up bitches. I wanted to be able to da-da-da-da-da. I'm cool now. Let me sell my shit, save that little 10 grand, put that in my bank account, trip up. But you got to do that type of shit when you reach a certain mentality. You know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know. Again, it's just, I can only speak for myself, but I just want to tell anyone listening, yo, I love you, bro. Like, I love people. I love the people listening. It's a situation where on some Tupac cares if don't nobody else care. I'm going to care if don't nobody else care because it's so easy for people to be alone and, I just know them. But there's people who do love you, care about you, want to see you win. But you have to want to see you win in order for it all to work collectively. That's all I got, bro. You know what I mean?
It starts and it begins with you. It really does. Like you said earlier, if you don't, you got to love yourself to get like certain places. And that's literally when it comes to your mental health, that's half the battle is getting okay with yourself. Even just being okay with yourself to start with and working towards loving yourself. But like, yeah. It all starts with you.
Yeah, man. Well, shit. With that being said, if you good, I'm good.
I'm good. Ooh.
My name's Graham.
I'm Trent.
And this is another episode of Ultra Fly Talk. We genuinely appreciate y'all rocking with us. Take care.